A disturbing new twist in the Air India Phuket Delhi turbulence incident. Remember what happened aboard AI2379 on the 4th of August? The aircraft suddenly lost nearly 300 feet in altitude. 17 passengers and crew were injured. The government has now confirmed that the pilot in command's initial screening for psychoactive substances has come out not negative. His sample has now been sent for confirmatory testing. Air India says it hasn't been given the test results. Passengers are now claiming that even before the flight, they noticed something unusual about the pilot's gait and demeanor. But the Pilots Association warns that a preliminary screening can throw up false positives, including because of some common medicines.
हमारे साथ जो आगे बैठे हुए थे ना, वो उन्होंने पहले ही शुरू में जैसे वो पायलट घुसा तभी उन्होंने बोला कि ये सीधा ही नहीं चल पा रहे हैं, तो वो तो जब भी समझ में आ गया था। फिर हमको भी बाद में लगा, जब वो बाद में निकल के बाहर आया था, गुस्से में ही थोड़ा सा आया, तब लगा तो सही कि वो ही इज नॉट इन अ गुड कंडीशन। ये बहुत बड़ा खिलवाड़ है।
दिस पर्टिकुलर क्रू वाज टेस्टेड फॉर psychoactive substances post their landing at Delhi. Their samples were taken. And one of the airline crew, the pilot per se, has been tested positive. This is a very serious issue in aviation.
And while questions are being raised over the pilot in command's preliminary dope screening, the pilot himself reportedly has flagged serious technical failures in his PDR report after the incident. Sources say the issues include autopilot disconnection, hydraulic failure, and flight control failure. So, who let the passengers down? The pilot, the plane, or the entire system?
This particular crew was tested for psychoactive substances post their landing at Delhi. Their samples were taken. And one of the airline crew, the pilot per se, has been tested positive. This is a very serious issue in aviation. It is very important to understand that if the SOPs were not followed, then it is because of that pilot that the passengers suffered injuries, the cabin crew suffered head injuries, and it is very alarming in aviation.
In the news hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's go across to our guest tonight in the panel. We have C.S. Randhawa, President, Federation of Pilots Association. We have KVJ Rao, aviation expert, Sanjay Lazar, aviation expert and CEO of Avialaz, and Captain Ehsan Khalid, also an aviation expert. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. I want to first go across to Mr. Randhawa. You know, especially after we've heard the ordeal of the passengers and the reports of not negative. Of course, we're waiting for a confirmatory testing to be done, but that is enough to spread panic and raise concerns about passenger safety. Your first comments.
And good evening. I would like to comment on this serious incident which has occurred on 2379 Air India flight. Now, first and foremost thing, what I would like to bring out over here, that the psychosubstances test is carried out as per the protocols, and the test was positive. Now, their initial testing, when it's done, the sample is taken in 2 parts, and you test for all sorts of drugs, not even the drugs which a person has in medicines and all. Now, the confirmatory test is the valid test because it pertains to only 6 parameters which are given in the CR, which is cocaine and barbiturates, etc. So there are 6 of them. So it'll once that report comes, we can always talk about it. But it is too preemptive to speculate and blame the pilot. Now, the latest news is that the aircraft has not gone through turbulence. The aircraft has momentarily had a triple hydraulic failure on the Airbus 320. And apparently, it is known that the captain was actually, he was stretching his back. He had just got up from the seat, and this thing happened. And the first officer took over the controls. So the aircraft autopilot disengages in this case. And he recovered the aircraft within 300 feet because a stall warning came. So when the stall warning comes, you have to relax the pressure. So in that, he has given a slight negative G and to earlier recover the aircraft, and the aircraft recovered. Now, the point of issue is it is not clear what is the report sent by Air India to DGCA. There are two things which could have happened apart from turbulence. If it is not turbulence, then it is either a triple hydraulic failure, which is a very, very rare case, I'm saying so, or it could be a flight control problem. So if it is not turbulence, because the passengers would have felt if the turbulence starts...
Either way, something is wrong. Either way, something is wrong. Whether it's the fitness that is in question or it's the triple hydraulic failure. So I don't think we can arrive at conclusion at this point. At least no clean chits can be given. At least that much I can say. Let me bring in KVJ Rao. In fact, Mr. Randhawa says the pilot saved the day. Mr. Rao.
I mean, that's not the feeling that I get. Mr. Randhawa's left a lot of things unsaid because reports have not come out, so we'll have to wait for the reports. What happens is when incidents like this take place, there is a lot of, what should I call it, chocolate shaking done on it. Like they don't want the facts to come up.
Okay.
Our aviation regulators, the less said, the better. The companies, they would like to hide things. They're not forthcoming with a lot of things. But yes, there is an incident that has taken place. According to the minister, they have called it an incident. They've asked the accident board to start investigating. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, because what would I say? The point is now moving from drugs to the malfunctioning of the aircraft. So is it a ploy? We wouldn't know till all the reports come out. So we'll have to wait till the reports come out.
Okay. So you have your doubts like many others. Is it a ploy? Asks Mr. Rao. Captain Khalid, your response.
Okay. I would like to very categorically say that Airbus 320 has never had triple hydraulic failure ever recorded. And if there was a triple hydraulic failure, and the pilots recovered out of that situation, then let me tell you that they have taken the aircraft out of a very catastrophic situation that any pilot would have to agree. Whether the triple hydraulic failure was transient, did it come on its own, did it go back on its own to normal condition, is something that investigation will have to do. But in no way a trace dope being found in the urine is connected to the aircraft either entering into the clear air turbulence or causing triple hydraulic failure. Indians live in an environment where there are so many things are unregulated. Tons of proteins have been found fake. Their prescribed medicines are fake. It's our culture to consume khaskhas. Khaskhas ka sharbat is being sold in the shops. Okay. 20-30% of the sweets that we eat is also khaskhas. So what exactly has come out in the urine? But
that's the whole point, right? We don't know what exactly. See, that's the whole point. We don't know. We don't know anything about the test. Whether
dope test positive does not mean that he was incapacitated to perform the normal duty.
Okay, Sanjay ji does not mean he was incapacitated to perform normal duty. One. Also, number two, we don't have any confirmation in terms of the test or in terms of what the real failure was. So if we don't know anything, how can we know who saved the day and who made it only worse by risking the safety of the passengers? And questions will also be asked on the checks maintained.
We in aviation community definitely know that hydraulic failure has been recorded. This is not a conjecture. It is not an hypothesis. Right. Triple hydraulic failure has been recorded.
There are others in the same industry. There are others in the same industry who do not agree at the moment and are not forming an opinion until they have a solid proof or a solid report in hand.
It is not a subjective debate.
Let me bring in Sanjay ji.
Objective one that
let me bring in Sanjay ji.
The hydraulics failure has been recorded. It is not subjective.
Okay, sir, allow other panelists to come in, please. Sanjay ji, go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, allow Sanjay ji to come in. Only then we'll know his views. Yeah.
There are separate incidents here. Like Captain Khalid has rightly pointed out. One is the doping part. And that is unforgivable. If true, let's look at that separately. There are prescribed norms as per the car. He will face whatever music if he has to. The second issue is what Captain Randhawa raised, and I do recognize this is no longer about clear air turbulence. Let's understand the fog of war that was created 6 days ago about clear air turbulence didn't exist. There was a technical failure, and it was clear from the communication to the DGCA. That report has come out. It's in the media today, all over. And there were a number of failures. People have tweeted it. I've got a copy of the ACA's report on my phone here. And if you know the Airbus A320, the ACA's messages go to the IOCC. It goes everywhere. It goes to the engineering. All the details are listed out. So it actually tells you what happened. And Captain Khalid is right. If these people have, if this is actually true, and mind you, the BEA and Airbus have joined the investigation today or tomorrow, whenever they've been invited. It shows the seriousness of the issue. There is something that has never happened before on an Airbus. There are 15,000. Yeah, very serious. There are 11,500 Airbus 320 family aircrafts in the world, 500 plus in India alone.
Right.
Therefore, they've come in to join this investigation because something really unusual happened. Now, whether that guy was, had taken depression medicines and was tested positive, or whether he was on some dope, I don't want to comment. I do not want to get there till the result comes out. Let's look at the other part. Why?
That is what I meant. That is what I meant when I said we don't know at the moment. We'll have to wait for a substantial report to come out. Whether
it is full of corruption.
Okay.
This should have been transparent.
You're saying that's where the buck stops.
Of course it does. You tackle the airline separately, but if the regulator is crooked, how do you attack this? He knew from day one what the problem was. He's allowed the whole country to think it was something else.
All right.
What is wrong?
So you're saying that the buck stops with the regulator. There's something wrong. The investigation is underway. We need a substantial report for even the passengers to know what really transpired. And end of the day, of course, we are all concerned with the safety of the passengers. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the debate. With that, I'm wrapping up debate number 2, thanking our guests and thanking our viewers as well for watching us.